Last night, Spirit told me to put down the alcohol. So I packed up my life about 3 weeks ago and moved across the country because God had been telling me that it's time. So I did. But I knew there were things that I still needed to let go of in order to fully walk into this new season of my life. Before I decided to take my spiritual walk, I would drink in order to get drunk because in my mind it's like, what's the point of me drinking if it's not to get drunk? So I would overly indulge, and there's been a few times that I would black out. After I began to take my spiritual journey, I no longer wanted to be drunk, but every now and then I would still have a drink. And I noticed that most of the times that I would want to have a drink was when I was like really frustrated with my day, or I had some anxieties or worries about finances or just my life in general. I would go to a glass of wine, or I would go to a bar and have a cocktail or two, and then I would leave. I justified it and told myself that it was okay because I wasn't overindulging. I would just have a drink or two, and I was no longer drinking to get drunk. But it still wasn't okay because I was running to alcohol for comfort when I'm supposed to be running to God. So last night, when I was praying and talking to God, He told me, put down the alcohol. And I was like, but God, I don't get drunk. I have a drink or two. And even you turn water into wine. So that can't be bad, right? In 1 John chapter 5, it tells us to keep away from anything that might take God's place in your heart. And I can confidently say I was allowing alcohol to be the first thing that I ran to. And it was taking God's place. Instead of running to scripture, instead of running to prayer and my word, I ran to a glass of wine because it's easier and it's accessible, and I don't really have to put in the work. And that's just something that is just no longer okay for me to